here for public comment? Okay, next item on our agenda is to accept a gift from Teradyne. Mr. Belkonis?
Board members, you have a memo, December 22nd. It's from the Director of Elder Affairs, Mary Prenning, and it summarizes that a gift has been made to the town in the amount of $1,536. The request is the monies to be deposited into the fire and safety account and be expended by the Department of Elder Affairs for that purpose. I would recommend so approved.
It appears that, what do they do? They have a collection at their Christmas party or something? Is that where they raise the money?
Yes.
Well, I guess on behalf of the board, I'd like to thank the employees of Teradyne for the donation to the Edith O'Leary Senior Center. And at that point, I'll entertain a motion.
There you go. Apologize, gentlemen. Looking for a motion. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. This is the Teradyne.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the donation of the amount of $1,536 from Teradyne on behalf of the Department of Elder Affairs. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussions? Mr.
Yes,
Guino.
if I could, Mr. Chair. I certainly do appreciate that, too. And I'd like to request that we send Teradyne one of our certificates of appreciation, signed by the board for doing that. I think it's a fantastic thing they did,
Okay.
if the rest of the board
Belkonis, you make a
agrees.
note of that?
Agree.
On the motion? Any other comments first? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Next item on our agenda is the snow and ice deficit.
Board members, you have information that's been provided by the Finance Director, which summarizes the amount of the snow deficit that we've had prior to the last round of storms. So this would be as of last Friday. As you know, we had about 18 inches of snow over the weekend. It does not include that. And I also have a summary that I'll hand out that was provided by the Finance Department today, which just provides a little bit more detail, similar to what we had at the last meeting, where those expenses are. And I think I pointed out to you that a significant amount of money is expended on professional services or hired help, which we can assist with operations. While reviewing that, the request was submitted to the Finance Committee a week ago at their meeting. The Finance Committee unanimously approved to endorse deficit spending of the snow and ice account.
So I get an understanding of when we talk about a deficit, right, we budget $125,000 in the snow and ice. 175, I'm sorry. And then we hold out 125?
Right.
So when we're talking about a deficit, we're talking about expenses above the $300,000. Is that correct?
No, it's above what we appropriated.
It's above what we appropriated, okay.
So if you look what we expended, it's about 300,000. Between the 175 and we're about at the even point, break even.
Right.
But
In terms of what we've got covered.
right, and it's
Okay.
$90,000 worth of bills.
So we,
That's in the accounting office to be processed.
okay, so we're essentially, we've spent 300 and we've spent 390,000 roughly already. And we still have 2 months left. So if we didn't have a drop of snow or ice between now and April town meeting, we'd still have to come up with about $90,000 to balance the snow and ice budget. Okay.
What was the math again on that? 175 is the appropriation.
And 125 is what's held out. Right. Yes, Mr.
Just a comment, the timing of the storms, if you kept track, we've had very few storms that have come during regular working hours. They've come evenings, but they particularly come on weekends, and they come on Sundays where we pay our DPW employees per contract, which is double time. So
What do we pay the outside contractors?
They're paid at the same rate regardless of whether
It doesn't matter what day it
Nope,
is.
it's the rate for the vehicle and the driver.
So,
They continue to do a good job.
oh, they've done an excellent job. In fact, I spoke to a couple of DPW members this morning. I saw them in the hall, and they look pretty tired. They've been at it. And, of course, the roads have been in great shape, and that means they've been safe, and I think the work has been done efficiently. I didn't see many plows driving around plowing the pavement without any snow on it. So I think Mr. Hamlin and his crew staying on top of those kinds of issues. With that, any other comments on snow and ice before we declare emergency? Mr. Harris?
Mr. Chairman, I move to declare a snow and ice emergency in accordance with Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 44, Section 31D.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. O'Leary. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Next item on our agenda is license renewal from Bobcat of Boston. Is there a representative from Bobcat here? Come up to the microphone, please.
Yeah, I'm Steve Arsenault, treasurer at Bobcat of Boston, and looking to get our Class 1 business license reinstated. We've had for, I guess,
Right.
30 years.
And I believe they've paid up everything.
All the
is-
paperwork has been submitted, the request has been reviewed and approved by the various town departments.
And just a matter of history, as you recall, they didn't have their request in early in December. They were notified. They did send in the information. Evidently, it went to the wrong department.
It did what? Excuse me?
It ended up in the wrong department,
Okay.
and that's why I had
Had a
had
couple of-
called and asked Greg to give them an administrative authority to continue work, because it was, you know, they had found the information, it was here, so we asked them to come in tonight just to go through the formalities of the approval. Additional questions? Mr. Harris?
Mr. Chairman, I move to renew the following Class 1 license to expire December 31st, 2009, subject to all regulatory department requirements. Bobcat of Boston Incorporated.
Motion by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
License will be ready tomorrow?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's going around, we have a livery license, Accurate Transportation. This is something new, right?
Yes. This is the new request.
New
We've
request.
issued them before, but
Hi. My name's Jim Wright. I'm a new resident of North Reading for about a year and a half now, and I was interested in opening up a livery business to do airport runs and transport people back and forth to the airport as needed. The business will be run out of 240 Park Street. I got the okay for the business permit itself. And I was hoping, you know, to get affiliated with maybe some of the restaurants in the area, and maybe people that have like had a few too many cocktails and didn't feel like driving, maybe have a flat rate for them to get them home safely.
Mr. Wright, is this a business you've done in the past, or?
I haven't done it in the past, no. I've had a contracting business in the past. And with the market and so on and so forth, it just went downhill quick, you know, so.
Are there state requirements?
As far as the livery license?
Yes.
No, not that I know of. They didn't say anything about, you know, state requirements or anything like that.
What kind of a vehicle, or vehicles?
I was gonna start out probably with a couple of, like Lincoln Town cars, and maybe a minivan, in case there was someone that had a lot of luggage.
Mhm.
And, that way there, if a car broke down, I'd have another car to back it up, you know, to start out, if it got a little bigger, maybe get a couple other cars.
So you're talking about having more than one driver, or?
Maybe in the future, you know, but to start out, just to see how it goes. I don't even know how it's gonna work out yet, you know, it's just something I'm looking into, and hopefully it'll work out.
Mr.
I
Vino.
guess just the question might be is, if you do end up with 3 or 4 vehicles, are they gonna be parked at your home?
No. I'd be renting, office space at 240 Park Street, and there's a parking lot there.
Oh, okay.
For multiple parking,
Okay, yep.
so.
That's exactly where he's asking for the license.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other questions for Mr. Wright? Mr. O'Leary?
Just a couple of comments. First of all, I just got a chance to look at this, and couldn't do any better on a character reference, and he mentions my brother as a character reference here. I don't
We're in
know.
trouble now.
I don't
You'll
know.
have to come back another night.
It's not you. Take a question.
Ooh, that was
But,
good.
obviously, if you're gonna expand the service, you know, to residents of North Reading, like you say, if you're gonna establish some sort of relationship with local business establishments, I think that would be a good starting. We haven't had a local cab service here for years, since, I think the Skinners went out of business a few years back. Oh, there was someone else, briefly. I think Stevens had a license for a little while, too. But that was good. That'll be a good start. I will not be voting on this, because as it turns out, 240 Park Street again is owned by my brother. So, don't know the gentleman. I wish you luck. I just don't have any appearance of a conflict. But, wish you luck.
Thank you.
Any other questions, discussion? Mr. Belkonis?
You have a report from the various municipal departments that have reviewed the application. In summary, there are no current concerns that exist, and there are no objections that have been raised by town departments.
Mr. Harris?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant a livery license to James Wright, DBA Accurate Transportation, 240 Park Street, to expire December 31st, 2009, subject to all regulatory department requirements.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. Vino. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention?
Aye.
401. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you'll have to pick,
Thank
you'll have to pick the license up. When will it be available?
License will be available tomorrow afternoon. Could you stop by the central secretary office?
Okay.
She gets in at 10.
Okay, thank you very much.
Steve's not signing.
Yeah.
Steve ain't gonna sign.
Oh, he could still sign.
Okay, we have some appointments.
Just one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I see there. There you go.
Mike? Historic District Commission.
That's fine. Just looking for the motion itself.
Want a copy of it?
Please.
There's some other stuff in there that isn't part of it.
Yeah.
There's a
that's all right.
blue-
I've looked at all of it. You can-
No, it's not, that was on the back.
Yeah, I'll get that back from him when he's done.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following name for appointment as member of the Historic District Commission for a term to expire on December 31st, 2011. Paul Chapman, 97 Chestnut Street. This is a committee in which there is one opening due to a resignation of one committee member. I've spoken